Hello, hello, hello. Welcome all to another live airing. I am Double P, the host of Premier Sports Talk and the newly launched channel Premier Sports Media for You. So whenever you do watch this live airing, the ask is that feel free to drop any of your comments in the chat, whether they be good, bad, or indifferent, like I say. And do me a favor, when you do watch it, to help this live feed go out, hit that thumbs up like button. Like I asked, put your comments in the chat on what I speak on. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're blessing me from. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. You know, today is the day that we should all be grateful and just be thankful for what we have in this life. On today's live airing, I'm going to be touching on, I'm going to show a little clip here of Travis Hunter and his wife clowning. Look like his rehab's going pretty good. There's been some breaking news this week how Floyd Mayweather, what's up, Black Pearl? Thank you for dropping in. Thank you. Hey, Black Pearl, Black Pearl, that's my son want to call me whenever I'm doing a live airing. I tried to get a hold of him over an hour ago. I got to hit him back. Let me know where you're watching from, Black Pearl. Let me know where you're watching from. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to show a clip of Travis Hunter and his wife. It looked like that rehab's going really good. I hope my son don't call me back again. He had like 2 hours to try to get a hold of me. Going to touch on Floyd Mayweather. He's putting his 50-0 record up for grab. Why? I really don't know. You know, there's talk out there on social media that Floyd Mayweather needs money, which is a crazy thing. Because he has some dollars, y'all. He has some dollars, but you know, let me know in the chat what you think about Floyd Mayweather coming out of retirement. I know the fight's supposed to be in September. He's supposed to be fighting Manny Pacquiao. They gave Mayweather the decision last year. I mean, when they last fought many, many years ago. I believe it's a money thing for both of them. But I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I don't know where this particular clip was at. I think it was at a basketball game, but Pacquiao came across Floyd Mayweather. Now, I don't think this was by accident. Yeah, it looks like it's a basketball game there, NBA game, but I don't think this was by chance where we got Pacquiao coming across Floyd Mayweather. It's a small clip here. It's a small clip. Let me just show it to you all. Now, I personally think that was for a publicity stunt. The fight's supposed to be scheduled for September. I believe Mayweather's 49 years old. Only positive thing I can say about this is that at least with Mayweather coming out of retirement, at least he took an opponent that he feels like he can still beat at both their ages. Because he for surely can't beat Crawford. He for surely can't beat Canelo now. So, like I said, I don't think this was a by accident here. I don't think this was by accident. Now, I've been tapped into the NFL Combine this week, and GM Barry, if you all been tapped in, GM Andrew Berry spoke on Shedeur Sanders yesterday. You know, all of us that support Shedeur Sanders with our wrists up, none of us wants to. We didn't get to hear what we wanted to hear, where you know neither the general manager or the coach just come out and say that Shedeur is the franchise. It's crazy how they just won't give this man the mantle. He was the last man standing, beat two AFC North opponents. He beat my Pittsburgh Steelers. He beat my Pittsburgh Steelers, and he beat the Cincinnati Bengals, with the help of the defense. But for whatever reason, they can name the Saints quarterback the franchise quarterback. They can name Jackson Dart with the Giants the franchise quarterback. But Cleveland can't name Shedeur Sanders for right now the franchise quarterback. But I do believe that it will truly be an open competition, unlike last year when Kevin Stefanski was the head coach of the team, and I am so glad he's gone. I am so glad that he is gone. I'm so glad. My son keeps trying to blow me up. So I got some clips here from the combine. I'm going to show what Andrew Berry had to say about Shedeur Sanders, but then all of the comments, not all the comments, but a lot of the comments that Coach Todd Monken spoke on at the comment, spoke on about Shedeur. But I will say this, even though Andrew Berry and Todd Monken haven't said Shedeur is the one, and they just can't hand it to anybody, what we speak and our actions speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. So I thought I'd share that, give y'all this detailed content here. But what I want to give you is, before I clip into the videos, let me remove this one right here. My apologies. My apologies. I ain't got my glasses on. Forgive me. So I just want to give you the league schedule right here real quick. I'm going to read this real quick to you. The new league year and free agency begins on March 11th at 4 p.m. But technically on March 9th, coaches can do legal tampering as far as free agency to talk to the players. They're allowed to talk to the players actually on what they call a legal tampering period on March the 9th. And then the free agency officially opens up on March 11th at 4 p.m. The 2026 draft will start in my hometown city, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of black and yellow, my Pittsburgh Steelers, between April 23rd through March 25th. I reside down here in the ATL. I retired down here, but I do plan on making a special trip back. I never attended an NFL draft, and this would be a beautiful thing to be on my bucket list to do. It also says teams may hold in-person visits. Each team can invite up to 30 basically prospects in person to come visit them. That's what the leagues can do. So which one are we going to tap into? First, we're going to see what Andrew Berry had to say about Shedeur. I'm going to tell you what Jay Anderson had to say down there at the NFL Combine today. And then I'm going to go into Todd Monken, because Todd Monken had a lot to say. Y'all just need to read in between the lines. So I'm going to go through these. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat.
Not putting the ball, playing more efficiently, not putting the ball in harm's way as much, would be important. While maintaining the ability to produce out of structure and generate explosive plays. You're not going to see all of that in the upcoming months because we're not on the field. So the biggest thing that he can do is learn the new offense. Get in with the coaching staff once our offseason program starts. Continue to work on his body physically, and then make strides when we actually get on the grass.
Now that's what Andrew Berry actually said yesterday at the NFL Combine. But what I got hot off the press today is, and what I saw on some couple social media feeds on X is, Shedeur is back at home in Cleveland. And then Todd Monken's dropped a bomb on a special gift that Shedeur sent him on his birthday. I think I'm going to play that last. So somebody's teaching Shedeur how to get in good with your coach, y'all. Somebody's teaching him. So let me let you hear what J.A. Anderson had to say. She's been in the sports game for many, many years. She's going to speak on Shedeur Sanders. This is what she got. She was on ESPN Cleveland this morning up there at the Combine on the really big show with Tony Rizzo, who's 10 toes down for Shedeur Sanders.
Steps that he has to take. But overall, he was just harping on the fact that he's going to lean into whatever Todd Monken has him do, and he's not going to overly stress himself either. But even listening to that answer, for me, I want Shedeur to have a clear idea looking at tape from last year. Don't just kind of go through the motions, and I'm not saying he's doing this. I'm being colloquial now, just having cute videos for Exos and IG. Like, you need to have a clear plan of what are the steps that you're trying to take from point A from last year to point B, to improve your process.
Work.
So that was J.A. Anderson. Like I said, she's been in the sports game for many, many years. I think she said 24 years when she on the live interview that she had today. But we all know, anybody who's been following Shedeur Sanders, Shedeur's always grinding. He's always out there getting it in. And we seen all kind of clips last year of Shedeur Sanders when he wasn't able to get reps with any of the first team players, first team or second team, during the Cleveland Browns practice, how they, basically had him, throwing to equipment managers and ball boys on the other side, on the opposite side of the field. Shedeur gets it in. I was questioning when I saw Deshaun Watson showing him work out. I think Deshaun Watson doing some video clips. I said, oh, okay, Deshaun, you got out there before Shedeur. But, Shedeur had to decompress. We seen him on social media in Paris at a fashion show. We seen him down in Miami with his brother. Sometimes you got to decompress and just get away from all the weight that this world can put on our shoulders. But Shedeur's back home in Pittsburgh, y'all. He posted on X, I believe he posted on Instagram. I know it's on, he did post a live feed on YouTube. It's about 39 minutes long. He just now opened up during a after game press conference. He said he didn't get any gifts during Christmas, and he gave out his real P.O. box. And y'all should go on, Shedeur Sanders on YouTube if you haven't watched it. Man, that man got so many gifts from all of us who supported him. It was a beautiful thing to see. So let's get on here and let's let where's it at? My apologies. Where's it at? Let you listen to Todd Monken and how there's going to be three clips here. Monken speaking about how it's going to be an open competition. He broke out and said how he truly feels about Shedeur, and then he follows it with what surprised him about Shedeur Sanders. He's speaking of Shedeur in a way that we never heard Kevin Stefanski talk about Shedeur Sanders last year. He's coming out speaking. Like I said, our words speaks what's in our heart. So let's listen to this first clip by Todd Monken. Y'all can drop your thoughts in here.
I think it's an open competition. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be an open competition. And I don't mean that saying it harshly, but I don't think there's enough on film over the last couple of years, one way or the other, to say, boy, we have a starter quarterback yet, whether internally or externally.
You feel it?
I'll tell you this, y'all. Todd Monken, he can be a politician. He speaks his mind. He's honest and he's truthful, but he's very careful on how he answers the questions. He said it's going to be an open competition. I didn't want to hear that. I want anybody that competes in any type of sports, there has to be a competition. So none of us should be getting upset about that. We have to have a real competition and let the best man win. That's how it's supposed to be. A true competition. Unlike what was lied to us from the previous coach, you know. We got to have an open competition. But he said, there's going to be an open competition with the 3 quarterbacks he has in the quarterback room. But then he also, if you listen carefully, he said that whether it be internal or external. So he's hinting that there's probably going to be a 4th quarterback. I don't really think they're going to spend any money like on all this Malik Willis talk, this Kyler Murray talk. They can't afford to invest in QBs like that because of the financial situation they're in. We're still owing Deshaun Watson over $80 million. So then there was a lot of talk today on social media, how people are trying to say there was a big debate on how with the Browns owing Deshaun Watson so much money, what does the future really hold for both Deshaun Watson and for Shedeur? If you're an owner, you owe somebody $80 million and you never collected anything from them. They've been collecting all that money for free. Do we think that Shedeur will really get a fair open competition? Now me, before Shedeur started playing in college, Deshaun Watson was a bad man, y'all. Before he got caught up in his legal battles, Deshaun Watson was one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. He was a bad, bad man. He was a bad man when he played at college for the University of Clemson. And he was a bad man when he was at the Houston Texans, But then he wasn't, doing right. Got caught up in all kind of mess. Got all kind of legal cases against him that I think just a little over a month ago, all the charges with the last 2 cases have been settled out of court. Deshaun Watson, gave his life back to Christ. Born again Christian, got married to a beautiful woman, but he ain't played in at least 4 years. How do you not play in all that time and come back even half the person that you was? But old man Phillip Rivers did it, y'all. So I'm looking forward to, I like Deshaun for the player that he was before he got caught up in all his off the field issues. But I've been down with the Sanders family since Deshaun Sanders started coaching with Jackson State at a HBCU. And Shedeur had over 23 offers from college teams, but he chose to be supportive of his father. Hey, there's one thing I want to touch on here while I'm seeing I got people in the chat. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Feel free to drop your thoughts. I'm hoping my mic is on. But let me, we had 2 people commit suicide. Off the top of my head, there may be 3 in the NFL that committed suicide. And I came across this today. A.J. Brown, I really like, he took to social media and he spoke out about his mental illness battles and how he was pondering thoughts about suicide. Mental illness is a serious thing, and I just got to touch on this. I'm being led to go on this, and I'm gonna play this video about Coach Prime when he was younger. We all know that Coach Prime, if you don't know, you're about to know. So Coach Prime, when he was younger in the NFL and had the world in his hands, he attempted to commit suicide also. And he's going to this clip I'm gonna show before I show more videos on Coach Monken speaking about Shedeur Sanders. Coach Prime, Coach Dion spoke on it also, but A.J. Brown came out and spoke on it. And I say this because I feel like somebody may need to hear it. And even for my spirit, I need to speak out openly. We all go through things in life. And the more we isolate ourselves and the more we keep quiet and the more we try to deal with it on our own, that's when the enemy, the devil, is in our ears. He wants us to be alone so he can speak to our spirit and try to have us tell us that, we're not good enough, that the world is ending. But if we can hold out, hold up, and hold on, that sun always rises. But don't give up. This may be, I'm being led this way, and y'all forgive me. Don't give up. I'm a retired military vet. I was in Iraqi Freedom, Desert Shield, Desert Storm. The vehicle broke down in the middle of the desert. They gave me and the AC, the assistant driver, some MREs and cases of water and tell us, we'll send somebody back to get you. But I'm still here alive today. But I thought in the middle of the desert that I wasn't going to make it. And there's been times since then that there's been personal things that's gone on in my life where I didn't think I'd see another tomorrow. But I prayed. Prayer is powerful. And all it takes is for us to not be afraid to talk to somebody, because when we talk to somebody, we can relieve all that poison that we keep within us. Hold out, and hold on. And give whatever you got to the man above. And I said we need to listen to Dion right here, y'all. I know there was a reason I got led to show this. Somebody needs to hear this.
And I never wanted to be by myself. I couldn't be alone. Because whenever I was alone, I had to deal with me. So there never was a time after practice I rode home without the stereo blasting, without a cell phone glued to my ear. Because I never wanted to be alone with me. This is the same man who you got a poster on your wall of. This is the same guy that you desire to be like. This is the same man who you emulate when you should be just thanking God for your mother and your father. You're looking at me, and I'm on a suicide mission. I can get a clock ticking in my head, and here you go, wanting to be like me. And you get mad when I don't want to sign your little autograph. The reason I don't want to sign your autograph because I don't feel worthy to be looked up to be admired, to be respected, to be compensated the way I felt like I should. I didn't deserve it. They gave it to me anyway. And it's just expedited the whole process of my self-destruction. The Bible tells me that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Yet I had Dion and I had prime time. And one thing about the enemy, he would take you farther than you want to go and keep you longer than you want to stay.
I was led to share that. And if any of us, and I'm speaking to myself right now, because there are times and days when there are obstacles that we all go through. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody and let them know what you're going through. And the word also tells us that he who leans upon the Lord, he shall renew our strength. So I just needed to share that with y'all. Somebody needed to hear that. So let me let you listen to what Monken spoke on about how Shedeur Sanders has surprised him. I'm trying to give y'all content that I haven't seen on any else's live feeds.
I think you see that on tape. Shedeur surprised me a little bit in terms of it's mobile might be, but he's got a knack. He's got a feel. Like he does in playmaking, he has a real sense in the pocket when it starts to collapse and moving around the pocket. And he made more plays or got himself out of trouble than I would have guessed.
That was Todd Monken today, y'all. That was Todd Monken. And what blows my mind is there are still people in the media that are still trying to speak false narrative to try to derail what God has for Shedeur Sanders. They're trying to say that Shedeur Sanders can't throw down the field. They're trying to say that Shedeur Sanders can't read a defense. They're trying to say that Shedeur can't comprehend the playbook. But the word also tells us that the first will be last and the last will be first. And we all seen this last year. Fourth on the depth chart. But then the walls. What up, Salmo? Like my man on Life in Football say, call him more. Y'all need to check him out. The Red Sea part. What does the future hold for Shedeur Sanders? I'll tell you. Shedeur Sanders' future holds what no man can shut. I'm looking forward to the competition because I believe it in my heart and in my spirit. It's going to be a real competition. That's all we should all want. And let the best man win. The Cleveland Browns, since I've been tapping in with Shedeur coming up there, I found out that they've been playing 4 quarterbacks several years back. Somebody gets injured. They've been through 4 quarterbacks. They went through 4 quarterbacks last year and the year before that and the year before that. Selmo Fudd, diehard Dog Pound fan in the chat can tell you. But Shedeur's a smart man. You see, we only saw that one clip of Shedeur when he came back from Paris and met Todd Monken. But what blew my mind is that this is really mind-blowing, and I got this today. You know, within that same week, Shedeur Sanders' mother's birthday was on a Monday. Shedeur's birthday was on a Friday. Shiloh's birthday was on a Sunday. You know, there's all kind of video clips out there, video live content. But I found out today that Todd Monken's birthday was on September, he either said September the 3rd or the 5th. Same week as Shedeur Sanders. And what did Shedeur Sanders do? He surprised them, y'all. He surprised his coach. Where is it at?
All of you.
I've talked to him 3 times. I think he's coming to see me. In fact, for my birthday, I got this package. Like all of a sudden, February 5th, this package comes, and I thought it was for my wife. It's like this package, and opens it up. It's like this porcelain, like horse head, and it's from Shedeur. He sent me a gift on my birthday, and I asked him. I said, "What was the meaning?" He said, "Well, I just really liked it." I said, "I got myself one." I said, "Well, great, awesome."
That is
great.
a little weird.
That's great.
You say horse head, and I'm thinking
The
Godfather.
Oh, it's actually, it really wasn't a bloody horse head. It
message?
was actually like a horse. I put it between all the Cleveland helmets and put it up there for him to see when he comes in the office. He's come in about 3 times, and we've had a chance to talk a little bit and what his off-season schedule is going to look like and where we go from here.
What's great? Hey, this was just a couple of hours ago. Todd Monken was getting interviewed by Chris Sims, and I actually put it on pause. And Mike LaFloria, and he shared that part. All we seen the clips of Todd Monken meeting Shedeur when he first came back from Paris, and that went viral. You know, there's one thing I want to speak on that about is that the Browns, the Cleveland media, not the Browns organization, the Cleveland media is the one spinning all this false narrative. The Cleveland media is who's giving us anybody but Shedeur narrative. But the Cleveland Browns public relations has been intentional ever since Kevin Stefanski's been let go, lost his job. the Browns PR has been intentional with putting out the truth. So instead of us, now, to be real talk, to keep it real, yes, I tap into 92.3 The Fan. Yes, I tap into the ESPN Cleveland Sports Show. Yes, I tap into the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show to try to keep up with the content up there in Cleveland. But I love what the Browns PR is doing. They're rebuking, I'll use that word, rebuking all the false narrative to what the Browns beat reporters and the negative narrative out there. And if we want the truth, we just need to be patient and watch what the Cleveland Browns PR are putting out. Now, let me show you a little clip here of Shedeur, and I'm going to wrap this up. I mean, that's Shedeur, but Travis Hunter is looking like his rehab is going really, really good. Now, before I show this clip, Travis Hunter, he had a birthday recently. His wife surprised him with a cane Corso. I own a cane Corso. It was beautiful to see that. It touched my heart when I saw it. Matter of fact, it's a girl cane Corso, but that's not the clip I'm showing you. So Travis Hunter has 2 new additions to his family. Newborn baby and a brand new puppy cane Corso. But y'all check out Travis Hunter and his wife getting a little jiggy on. That's what us grown folks say when the people dance. Looking like that meat's looking good. It's looking like that knee's looking good for Travis Hunter. The coach already came out last week and told the media down there in Jacksonville that, that we can surely see that Travis Hunter's rehab is going really, really well, and that they plan on playing him. They're still going to let him play 2 ways, that they plan on allowing him to play 75% on offense and 25% on defense. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Whenever you watch this live feed, do me a favor, bless the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Drop your comments in here, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm gonna get back on here 3 times a week. I've been slipping here, but I need to go live. I've been sitting back in the background. Let me give a couple shouts out to Off the Record with D. Y'all need to check him out. Garrett Bush, G. Bush Barbershop. Life in Football with Colin Moore. Don't want to leave anybody out. If I left somebody out. Oh, Sports Talk with B. Watts here in Atlanta, where I'm reside, and Money Man, you already know. Those are the big time sports content creators that I watch. I watched them from afar, and I've come a long way from where I started. Again, thank you all for blessing Premier Sports Talk. I'm Double P, the host. Thank you for being a blessing. I cannot say it enough, on the path to 4,000 subscribers. And may you receive blessings back double fold. And the last thing I want to say is hold up, hold out, and hold on. Because the sun will always rise. And lean on the Lord, because he shall renew our strength. Peace, y'all, and blessings.